Hey there, Andrea with Red Apple Lipstick, and I want to talk to you today about a couple of things that women have told me that they're kind of concerned about when it comes to blush. And the first thing is they don't want to look like a clown, which obviously we can all understand. No one wants to look like that, really bright pink or bright red streak on your cheeks, and so we'll talk a little bit about that. And secondly, no one wants to look older than they really are, and they're afraid that blush will kind of create that old little lady look that we obviously don't want to go for. Even our precious little old ladies want to have the appearance of youthfulness and, don't want to look older than they are. So we're about to attack those two topics right now. Okay, so the reason that I decided to handle both of these topics in one video is because they kind of overlap. They kind of have the same repair factor. They kind of have the same reasoning behind each of them. So let's just talk about a couple of things here. And one of those is picking the right shade. So the purpose of blush is to make you look like you have a beautiful natural glow, like you just got a really sweet compliment or a really, really yummy kiss, right? So the easiest way to know what color you would blush naturally is to just pinch on your cheeks, right? Just pinch on them and see what color you naturally blush. And that would typically be the color that would look most appropriate on you, which number one, would not make you look like a clown, and number two, wouldn't make you look old. So sometimes it can be hard to pinch your cheeks and be like, what color is that? Most people would think it's pink or it's purple, and then going to our website and looking at the 6 blushes and saying, okay, how does that match? Could be a little tricky, and I totally understand that. So the easiest thing to know, number one, is that most people in general look good in a peachy pink blush. Now, for our purposes, that is blush B305. It's going to look good on pretty much anybody. And if you go to our website and you see that, okay, there's all of these women that we've listed. We've tried to cover a gamut of skin tones without overwhelming you with all the skin tones in the world. So we've done the most basic 6 for you to kind of get an idea about the range of faces that this particular blush color will fit, right? So the whole point is for you to go there, for you to pick the girl that looks the most like you, and then know that that blush is going to work for you. It does not have to be exact. The beautiful thing about this new blush that we've created is that it will match like a range of skin tones. It will match anything that you can imagine as long as you're close. Now, at the same time, if you're completely wrong, it's probably still going to look good on you because we intended for all of these to be able to blend into your skin and to just mesh with your natural skin tone, period. But again, like I said, if you look at all these women and you're like, I have no idea what I look like, just go with blush B305 and you're not going to go wrong because it's that peachy pink. However, in general, if you blush a certain color and then you go and you get a blush that's a completely different color than that. Like let's say that you're super, super pale, right? Like you are pasty white and you go and get like a really dark orange. Not that we have one of those, but just in general, if you went and got like a really dark orange that would be perfect on somebody with like a golden brown skin tone, it might look clownish on you because it's not a natural color. And I think that's kind of what I'm trying to get at most here is that you want to wear a blush that looks like if you were to blush, that is the color that you would actually turn. So we're going for a very natural flush, a very natural glow, and that's what brings the radiance to your face that I love so much about blush. The second thing about clownish is that if you just take your brush and you sweep here and here and here, and that's all you do, you're gonna have this like pink streak, right? You're gonna have this like tribal makeup, which is cool in some instances, not in this one. So the trick is to really make sure that you blend. I've talked about in other videos using an oval motion with that brush as you're putting it on. So oval, oval, oval will allow it to blend into the other areas of your face. At the same time, if you still get to the mirror and you're like, I can really see a true definition, like I'm white here and I'm pink here, then you haven't blended well enough. So then all you can do is grab like your foundation brush or your foundation brush or your powder brush and just lightly kind of just go over it, because you can't ever cover it up too much because you can always put more on, right? So just blend it out just a little bit more with that foundation brush, and that's going to calm it down, blend it out, and not make it look clownish whatsoever. So the main two tricks are pick a good color, and when in doubt, go peachy pink, B305. And number two, blend, blend, blend. Okay, so next, not wanting to look older than you actually are. The trick there is to use all of those previous things I just talked about, which are super important. That is not to just not look clownish. That's just how you put on blush, right? But it will really help make sure that you don't look older than you are and that you don't look clownish. However, let's say that you are to an age where your cheeks have started dropping a little bit, right? Collagen in your skin has just relaxed a little bit. There's a couple of tricks that you can do that will lift instead of drag down. So the first trick is to make sure that you're not applying blush in this area down here. You can see where I've got this indentation right here, the crease in my cheekbone. If you only apply blush on that cheekbone or even below, then it's gonna drag everything down. So above a certain age, you wanna make sure that you are always staying up, way up here, okay? Then the second trick is that if you stay away from like the true apples of your cheeks and you stay pretty much like from here and up, it will also give a more youthful look instead of piling on the rosy cheeks, right? That can also kind of look clownish too, ladies. But the trick for the women who have just a little bit thinner skin and the skin that's fallen just a little bit is to make sure you stay well above the cheekbone, not so close to your eye. You don't want to be where that eye socket begins to depress in, but you want to be kind of right in the center, right in here. And you want to just start with just a little bit, because you can always put on more, but start with a little bit just in this area. Again, use that oval blending motion, which is going to help it blend and look nice and natural, but don't come down into this area right here, which will tend to make those little apples of your cheeks look a little bit droopier, right? So again, picking the right shade, Pinky Peach, B305, works for everybody. Blend, blend, blend. If you're worried about any sagging in this area, stay well above that cheekbone and don't go to the center of the apples of your eyes. And bing, bang, boom, you are now a pro.